Welcome to In the Zoom Where It Happens with our host, Katie Vivas and Brandon Krekel.
Hi, I'm Katie Vivas.
I'm Brandon Krekel.
And today we are in the Zoom with David Pruente, who is the Senior Vice President of Strategic Partnerships with the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce.
What?
Welcome
David.
to In the Zoom.
Thanks for coming today.
Am I the OG?
You're it.
Number one.
I'm
The number
happy.
one there.
I'm happy to be.
Well,
Numero uno.
Katie and I know you pretty well. We don't often get the chance to just sit down like this and ask you questions, but we are excited to have you today. So I'll just jump right in with the first question, David. And that's just an easy one. Give a little background about yourself and your position here at the Kansas City Chamber of Commerce.
Well, I've got a lot of background, so I'll try to kind of keep to the relevant points. My position at the Chamber is mainly responsible for the Chamber's revenue. Most of the revenue stream falls under our department's purview that you both know, and responsibilities to membership and our initiative partners, as well as some of our cost savings programs, Katie, that you run for the Chamber. So that's kind of the role. The background, was that the other piece of the question? I've worked for some chambers. This is my fourth chamber. I've got into the work and opportunities found me. So I've been at this chamber for 6 years and really motivated to do the good work of the chamber.
Yeah, so we know that you are a Wildcat, K-State, yay. So upon graduating and wrapping up your degree, what drew you to the work of wanting to serve and work with the chamber and maintain your career with various different chambers?
Yeah, that's a long time ago. I guess my answer in that moment would have been money, right? Like I wanted to do something that made some money, that had some impact in the community. I didn't at the time know much about chambers, like a lot of people that get started on this path. But I told them in my interview, if I believed in it, I could sell it. And I definitely believed in what they told me about the chamber. And then I've been selling chambers ever since. So I think, I don't really know what attracted me to it in the first place, outside of I thought it seemed okay to explore. And then I started doing it and I really liked it. And it's granted me the opportunity to continue to grow in my career in ways I never could have imagined. So I think I don't know how to answer really, but I've liked it ever since and committed to staying with it as long as they'll have me.
I love it. And you mentioned, or maybe Katie mentioned it, you've been with 4, maybe 5 chambers, which is awesome, which is a lot, but that would put you in an interesting seat to kind of see how the chamber, I guess, industry, if you will, has progressed since you first started, and what kind of changes you've seen within that.
I can get pretty rampy on this sort of topic, so I'll try not to do that. But when I started, I was your age, Brandon, or young, and I was obviously younger than most of our members, right? And I was always struck by that and wanted to be viewed as more mature than I probably was. But below that, I think I learned and appreciated all the great things that a chamber could do. But I also almost immediately wanted them to be a little more progressive in how they reinvented themselves. So my first chamber was in Manhattan and they did great things, but they weren't maybe as progressive as this chamber is at this moment in time. So I always was attracted to using the platform and the access to leaders to do great things, but was always taken by how slow we were to adapt and change. And I think this chamber is kind of front of class on progressive chambers doing innovative things in communities that chambers in the past haven't done. So I feel fortunate to be a part of it. I've always been of the mindset that we could do that. And I think I'm a part of it now and really appreciate it.
Of course, absolutely. And yeah, speaking of the Greater Kansas City Chamber being progressive, we're doing everything that we can to stay involved in the issues of equity, social justice, education, and other areas along those lines. So, some business owners who might be surprised by that, why do you think that is important that the Greater Kansas City Chamber is getting active in those spaces?
I think this chamber in this region is tasked with doing things that maybe some other chambers aren't, right? We kind of fill in the gaps that if not for this chamber, then who, right? And these social issues that we're addressing as a chamber are a great sense of pride to me as an employee. I think as you two, I think, take a lot of pride in that. I think they can ultimately differentiate us from other associations in town. But if it wasn't for this chamber standing up for what we think is a business imperative, which is social justice issues, then I'm not sure the voice would be as amplified as it is today. So I think there's a business case for it is the short answer to your question. And I think it takes a aware organization and some empowered leaders to stand up for things, even when it's challenging to do so.
Speaking of challenging, this last year, challenging, having to shift from in-person events, gathering people, that's kind of what we were all about, bringing people together, to virtually. It gave us a chance to get creative, which was also challenging. But looking forward to 2021, we're going to have to probably continuously engage our members virtually. What is that going to look like for our members and our membership base?
I like that Brandon asked that question as if he doesn't know. Well, Brandon,
Tell me.
We needed to break up the intensity there. I hope that you two, leading some of our membership efforts, are empowered to kind of lean into this environment that we're in, right? We don't want to be convening virtually or talking on Zoom, but we are, and our members need us to continue to provide value that's different than maybe what they bought when they bought a year ago or 2 years ago or 10 years ago. So I hope that organizationally we're reinventing ourselves and providing new forums and new avenues and new benefits to our existing members, and that we're nimble enough to listen when we get feedback. Brandon, when you talk with a member and they say, I'm really struggling with this, that we can kind of stand something up that helps support that. So I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But I've become okay with it. I've learned how to keep myself organized. I've learned how to keep my work organized. And I'm committed to it. I think I've been telling people all fall that this organization is going to be conservative on when we convene people again. I think that's the responsible thing to do. So let's be good at it virtually, as good as we can be. I take a lot of pride that we've been good, and I hope we'll continue to be for the coming months.
Yeah, so for our audience and for you, David, just to give you that peace of mind, Brandon and I and team are working on some great things to roll out in 2021.
Thank you.
As we maintain the virtual platform through networking events and various other things that we're doing. So as you know, and as we know, we have started really moving on how we can shift and pivot for what the benefits are for our members, knowing that we have a lot of programming out there that we are opening up to the entire community to keep people informed and engaged and connected. But with some of those changes that we have coming with our membership types, what would you say to those community businesses out there that haven't yet joined the chamber? Why should they join the chamber?
I don't know. I've always been asked, like, what's the elevator pitch for the chamber, or what's the reason to join, or whatever. I think the biggest reason for folks to join a chamber is kind of the sense of community, right? And that means different things to different people, but just the connectedness right now in this moment in time, I think is lost in society. So someone that's considering purchasing now or renewing now, I think it's never been more relevant to be connected to knowledge or awareness of what's going on. I had a call this morning with a business, and we provided them a forum to learn about what some of the healthcare practitioners were saying before Thanksgiving. And this business thought that was amazingly impactful to hear direct from CEOs of healthcare systems around what they should be telling their associates around how to stay safe around the holidays. So those are the subtle reasons why you should be a member of your chamber. I think it's those tethered with enough of the kind of return on investment that we are tasked to kind of provide that are going to be the primary reasons you see people join the chamber, or hopefully renew their chamber membership.
Nice.
Nice. You like that? You like that, Brandon?
I like that. That was good.
Bottle that up, buddy.
I will. Shifting gears here a little bit, I'm curious about maybe one of your home runs in your career. What are you most proud of, or what is one thing that you're most proud of throughout your career, whether it's getting this job or hiring Katie and I? Different examples there.
That was a grand slam, if you will.
Oh, hey. Touchdown. I don't know. You too. Yeah, obviously you too. In addition to that, I don't know. A recent source of pride would be my personal involvement with the Prospect Business Association and our sort of maturing relationship with them. I serve on the board there, but before the board was just this exploratory, how do we help one another? And we stood up a partnership that you guys know about, and it gained some traction and has gained even more momentum in past months. And the real human element below that complements the on paper sort of arrangement is what I take a big sense of pride in. I think it's a representation of a progressive chamber doing progressive things. And it's also filling in where our community needs us to. So I don't know, I guess I can't think back 15 years or so more, but in the last couple of years, that's one that I take a lot of pride in.
That's fantastic. So you talked earlier about, how you've been working from home and, really getting your feet underneath you with staying organized with work. How do you balance work and being at home? We know that you've got 3 kids, you've got a family. They're all very small children. So at times they're like, Dad, we need all of these things, broken down refrigerator, things like that. So how do you maintain your sanity, maintain your family life, and just your balance between, work and all that's going on?
There's a lot there. I don't know that I have it all figured out, but I think there's some version of being half full on this work from home thing. I've tried to kind of see it that way. I sneak in a couple more workouts a week than I used to. The kids have childcare, knock on wood, as we sit here today. So that's allowed me in the last couple months to stay more motivated and focused on work. When they're here, it's really challenging. I think any parent would tell you the same, to kind of bifurcate your mind from work to kids, and they both deserve a lot of attention. So that's always hard. But in terms of how to stay organized, I don't know. I've gone through 4 different methods, and I think I've talked with you both about some of this. Like it's really challenging to stay organized like you were in the office when you're in your home. And this is also my master bedroom. If I move my shoulders, you could see my bed. So there's just inherent things about working from home that are challenging. And I think I've gotten into a pretty good rhythm. So I think I figured some stuff out and how to balance out. I like some of the hidden benefits of being able to do laundry in the middle of the day, or water my trees, or mow my lawn, some afternoon. So I'm trying to see this thing as half full, and some found time with my family in the middle of a weird pandemic is maybe a plus most of the time.
Yeah. So what's your favorite part about being at home? Is it that you get to wear your PJ pants on the bottom and you're dressed up nice up top, or what is it?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think I was on your pre-questions. I like it. You caught me off guard. I don't know. Maybe lunches with my wife. Like, my wife is busy professional and works a lot of hours, and I work a lot of hours, and we never have lunch like once or twice a year, right? We have lunch once or twice a week. So maybe that's the hidden benefit that I like most.
That's a great benefit. Yeah.
Is Cass in the room next to you? Is that where you said that?
She's sleeping in the bed behind me. She's working at the dining room table as I'm working from our bedroom.
I love it. That's great. Well, I think that almost does it. So we've got probably time for one last question, and this question will be a consistent question that we ask at the end of all of our events. And that question is, for everybody watching, what is the main thing that you want people to know about your organization, our organization, the Chamber?
Yeah, I got this one in advance, and I don't know that I have the perfect answer. And watching at home makes me laugh. Like, hi, Mom. I hope you're enjoying my YouTube link. I don't know. I think it's probably the progressive nature, and that this chamber is made up of real people that really want to help, right? I think as a leader of this group, I hope we're all enabled to be advocates for the members that we come in contact with and provide valuable resources for our community. I know that sounds boilerplate, but it's true, and it's real good people that want to do good things in this community. And you two are a part of that, and so am I. And people sometimes can get lost. I worked for those other chambers and I knew a lot about this group, but we have the ability to be painted as the big regional chamber and maybe not have the attention for small business. And since I've been here, I've been trying to kind of break down that ideology and make sure that we're real humans providing real support for businesses that need it.
It's awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, David. You have been our first guest
OG.
in the Zoom. This is where it happened, and we are so glad that you were able to take time out of your day and talk with us about the chamber and all that you have going on and how people can get connected. And we look forward to working with you and hearing from you in the future.
Yeah, I think I'll see you guys around maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I see you, David.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.